Thanks for sliding into the booth at the Millennial Diner podcast. Hey, it's Phil. I came to the diner a little early today, not to bask in the quiet of the diner before Jeff shows up, but to remind you of all the things. Follow us on social media to get the latest updates and shenanigans, and check out our merch available on TeePublic and the Dashery. Just search Millennial Diner Podcast, you'll find all the things executive producer Megan has created for you to consume. Well, not eat, like buy. Don't eat a shirt. Do check out all the t-shirts, sweatshirts, and stickers if you're feeling generous. Now I see Jeff entering the diner, so let's get this show started. Enjoy.
Jeff and Phil, they take the stage. Two voices wise beyond their age. Spin vinyl tales of old punk days. Rock and rebel in caffeinated haze. Millennial Diner.
Welcome to the Millennial Diner podcast. This is Jeff. I'm here with Phil, as usual. There's also a dragon here for those watching at home. Hi, dragon.
Hi, Dragon.
Yeah, they're letting dragons in the diner these days. Anyway, we're here. We're about to get some food. We're about to have some coffee, I assume. So let's get that started, right?
That's absolutely right. What are you going to have today, Jeff?
You know what, Phil? I'm actually not that hungry, but I am parched. So I'm just going to have myself a big glass of H2O.
That sounds really. Is it the with electrolytes in it, like the alkaline ones?
No, whatever's coming from the tap, bro.
That's actually, I hear it's supposed to be better than anything else you can buy anyway.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Who told you that? Do you have a water guy?
No, I just on the street. I got a lot of street cred.
Were you ever really into the extended universe of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Actually, no, I wasn't.
Well, I'm
no, I
just
was
saying,
not.
like, do you remember Ray Fillet? I guess it's not extended
Oh,
universe.
actually, I do remember that one.
I
Yeah, I think
he's
I had that
actually-
figure.
I think he's in that new movie that came out a couple of years ago. Anyway, I just thought about Ray Fillet and
I liked Ace Duck. He was always one I liked.
Ace Duck, who never actually was a character in the
No,
show.
half those characters weren't even on the show.
But there's an episode I recall where they were watching an Ace Duck film festival. It's a little Easter egg.
Oh,
So Ace
okay.
Duck was like a movie star character in the world of the show, but never actually an actual character. But Ace Duck was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
I like Ace
ducks,
Duck.
manta rays, they love water. They love the H2O. Anyway, before we go into more about that, what are you gonna have, Phil?
I think I'll have black coffee and some rye toast with a little bit of butter. That sounds pretty good.
That does sound good. Flo is very upset because our bill is going to be about $4.
Well,
means-
we tip well. We tip
yeah,
well.
yeah. Don't worry, Flo. We got you.
What about you, Dragon? You gonna get any? Oh, very aggressive. The dragon's very aggressive for the folks who can't see the dragon. But I assure you, it's here.
I saw a trailer last night for the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, I mean it looks just like the animated movie.
It
but-
does. So I wonder if it's gonna be like remember that experiment they did in the '90s with Gus Van Sant redoing Psycho shot for shot?
Yeah. Who I
Uh,
remember. I think about it
yeah.
all the time.
I feel like I'm like, why should I go watch that movie? I've already seen it,
Well,
and it was done better.
yeah, it's that Disney thing where they took all their animated movies and made them live action. But now I guess Snow White bombs, so I guess I read they're not going to do that anymore.
But Stitch looks good.
Yes. I didn't see a trailer for that. I saw a ad where Stitch was in the movie theater doing his thing.
I like the trailer. Trailer looks again. It looks pretty much like the movie, but
Yeah,
I
but
just find
that movie's lovely and pleasant.
I find Stitch very funny.
Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
All right, Dragon. You gonna get out of here?
Bye, Dragon.
Dragon's leaving. Bye, Dragon.
Another dragon lost to the world. Phil,
Yes, sir.
you don't have a guest on this show.
Nope.
And
That's
it's
okay.
becoming kind of our new style because, hey, the world's falling apart. It's harder to get guests these days, you know?
It is. It's
People
difficult for
don't want to come to
schedule.
the diner. They don't
No.
want to come to the diner. That's
I don't
fine.
know what.
That's
That
fine.
times are hard. Times are hard.
But we're here,
Exactly.
and we're going to rank the albums of a rock and roll band.
Probably one of the greatest. Are they unheralded? Are they an unheralded band? Are they just not appreciated as much as they ought to be? Because
No,
those who know are in.
Yeah, they're a band that it's a good question because I don't know if they're their legacy extends everywhere. I know if New York, it's like they're a New York hardcore band, so
Yes, sir. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
like their whole thing. But like I also but I also believe the lead singer lives has been lived in Los Angeles for a very long time.
True.
So I mean, they don't tour a lot these days.
No, no, they don't. And when they do it, they're going to sell out in like 2 seconds.
Well, they
Well,
are actually on
maybe.
tour right now. They're on
Are they?
the Bouncing Souls for the East Coast Fuck You tour.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Jeff,
Anyways,
who are we talking about?
we're talking about the band H2O.
For those who know, H2O Go. What a great band. Toby's the man. I feel Toby's one of those singer songwriter guys that everything he says is with heart. Like everything.
Well,
Everything.
that's kind of their thing, right? Like they are
Yeah.
well, PMA is his thing, positive mental attitude, right?
Positive mental attitude. Correct. Yes.
Yeah, they have a song called One Life, One Choice. His podcast is called One Life, One Choice, and he's a straight edge guy, and that's been their whole thing. They wanted to bring positivity to
Right.
the hardcore world. It was kind of like
Which you know what the hardcore world needed, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the mentality of positive mindset, no, but not that fake live, laugh, love, blech, positive mentality. That's just fake stuff.
well,
No,
this is
Toby
the
was more like accountability, do
yeah,
right thing, do
yeah,
good things. Be positive, right?
yeah.
Don't go to the negative.
I remember my friends look out for me like family.
That's right. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about family, community. That's what I love about 'em.
Wait,
But yeah,
should we start
let,
this?
let's start this.
Competition?
So, competition. This is a competition.
Yeah, who's gonna win?
Who's going to win? H2O is going to win. That's who's going to win. I think if I'm going to go looking at their studio albums, the ones they put out,
Mhm.
at the very bottom, just because none of the work is theirs, I'm going to put "Don't Forget Your Roots"
Interesting.
because
Yeah,
it's a cover album,
it
right?
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a cover album of songs that inspired them to become a band.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. And I love that as a concept, but I'm like, I don't know. I had to put it at the bottom because I feel like it's not their work. It's the work that they appreciate, and I appreciate they wanted to do an entire album. Not many bands do full cover albums, right? I mean, unless you're Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, but that's their shtick. That's all they do. So you don't see a lot of cover albums done by a standard band. So I have Don't Forget Your Roots now at the bottom.
that's seven, right? Or seven
That
albums.
is
Yeah,
that is seven. I have
yeah.
seven.
Okay, well, that's not my number seven, but I will
What do you-
talk. I will speak to the reason why it's not my number seven.
Okay.
It is my number six, but it's my number six. But I don't have it at last because I'll be honest, I did not know about this album or the album after it until we decided to cover this. So, hey, that happens, folks. Sometimes
Hey, that
bands fall off
happens,
your
man.
radar, and yeah, you know how it goes.
It happens. No, it happens.
But but what you just said is actually why I like it. And in fact, I wish more bands would do cover albums of the music that inspired them. I really love that.
That's funny. Yeah, because basically, so that sounds to me like you've got Use Your Voice on the bottom of the barrel, which is funny because I have that as number six, and it's
Yes, yeah. Use Your Voice is my
yeah,
number seven. It came out in 2015. I listened to it just the other day in the background, and I'm like, that sounds like H2O. And that's about as deep as I get with it.
yeah. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Again, it's fine. So I'm glad we're on the same page again. 6 and 7 roots, and don't forget your roots and use your voice. Kind of. I don't want to use the phrase out of the way, but I'm going to use the phrase out of the way. All right, Jeff, where are you going for number 5?
This is gonna shock the H2O community, and I will be thrown out. But
Again,
I'm actually gonna put the first self titular self-titled album from 1996, their first album.
whew,
Yeah, yeah,
whew,
yeah.
that that is that's a bold statement. I don't have it there.
I know, but
That's
here's
a
the thing.
bold statement.
It's look, the reality is,
Why
I
do you
go
have it
through
there?
this
Yeah,
every time.
let's do that.
But this is one of those bands where like it's I can throw anyone on. They're all kind of in the same ballpark. I think for me, a lot of this is where I was when I heard this album. And for
Mm,
me, I got into this band, I think not until Faster Than the World in 99. So I kind of scooped this one up with Thicker Than Water, which was 97. And
mm,
I just didn't listen to this one as much as those two
mm. Okay.
at the
Okay.
time.
For number five, I'm gonna go with the major label debut of Go from off MCA. Only because I feel like there's so many. Let me try that again. There are so many good songs on here. I actually really like was it Memory Lane? Is it? Yeah,
Yeah, Memory
Memory
Lane.
Lane. I love that movie, which was so funny to hear it though, because you're like, this does not sound like H2O. This is like they're changing a little bit, but not like in a bad way. They were just trying something out, and I guess. Um, but yes, I have H2O Go, number five. That's where I've plopped that one.
Uh, I would argue Memory Lane is their best song they've ever written.
Do you think so? Really? You really
Like
think that? Yeah.
as a song, like a pop
As
song.
a 100% their best pop song. What's funny though is because normally that kind of song, like Take a Trip Down Memory Lane, like I would generally walk away from because I feel like there's it's like what's the word? Maudlin. It's very almost mundane, nostalgic, right? Very
That's
rose
the whole
colored.
thing. It is It's all
But
about.
it is no, but it is. But because it's Toby does it. The way Toby presents it, it doesn't feel rose colored. It feels honest and heartfelt, and that's always what I feel about that band. That's why I love the song. It's not my favorite. I like the other albums ahead of it. So I have, like I said, H2O Go, and I'm gonna take heat for that one. I know that. Down to number five.
Yeah, you're gonna take so much heat. I'm gonna have to douse you in some liquid. I don't know what though. Um, what are we
Is
on? Number four?
you're on number four. We're on number
Number
four.
four. Well, that's a good question. I also, by the way, we didn't even mention this, but Use Your Voice was actually produced by Chad Gilbert of New Found Glory.
Was it really?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think I caught that. Okay.
yeah. Uh, for me, number four is which one is it?
I
There it
don't
is.
know.
Looking for my list. I'm stalling for my list here. You would think we would edit this out, but no way, not
No
us.
way, not us. Well,
Not
this is
us.
why I go with a notebook. Folks at home who can see my notepad. That's how crazy my
You're
notepad
giving
is.
you're giving away everything.
If you can read that, God, good for you. You have better eyesight than me.
Anyway, mine is Nothing
Anyway,
to Prove from 2008.
uh,
Um, 2008. It's funny because it's pretty much a little heavier. It's a little bit more back to the roots than Go was.
100%.
Still a little bit more polished than their early stuff. But for me, my favorite song is What Happened, the last track.
Uh, with Matt Skiba popping onto it. No, you're
That's
100%
Cuba.
right. Nothing to prove. Number four record. Great album. Starts off like a badass with the kiddos coming on. I love that the kiddos are embraced throughout a lot of it. I love all the intercut song like people talking. It sounds like they're like on a voicemail.
Yeah,
Um, I feel Nothing to Prove is such a reaction to the
Screamo,
emo,
Screamo,
the screamo like rise that happened. Because look, it came out in 2008,
2008.
right? And it was I think what happened specifically is talking about that.
Well, he. I mean, you listen to Nothing to Prove. If you listen to nothing else today, you should listen to Nothing to Prove in Memory Lane.
100%.
If you're not even, especially if you're not like a hardcore person, those are definitely accessible. But nothing. I mean, just this idea where he's like, I scream for a reason, and he's looking out and he's saying they're screaming because it's like the style of the time,
Right.
opposed to coming from inside, which is kind of his whole thesis, I guess.
It is. And I think that's well the song one, Nothing to Prove the song is fantastic song. The whole album just rips.
Mhm.
But yeah, specifically the ethos of the entire album, honestly, it's reactionary, is what happened, is the reaction song. I mean, it's such a great song. And anytime we're gonna have Matt Skiba as a singing the I guess he does the bridge. Um, I'm in on it. I'm in. I do wish this album was longer though.
Oh yeah,
It's only 10 songs. I mean, like again, we're barely cutting over 20 minutes here.
I believe that Toby and Matt are good buds, and rumor has it they frequently dine at some vegan cafes around Los Angeles, and I've yet to run into them, but one
Yes,
day.
one day I'd be very excited to
Yeah,
hear the day you get. Actually, I just popped this record open. Do you realize how many people are guest vocals on this besides
everybody.
Matt? Yeah,
This is the celebration scene album.
like Kevin Seconds is on here,
Yep.
Civ is on here. Good gosh. All right then.
Old hardcore legends.
Well, and the fact that the album was up in 1995, and I feel
Yeah,
like
that's a
1995,
fun
it's like, yep, I was like a
start.
teenager, and that was a phenomenal year for punk rock and hardcore. The start of like that hardcore punk rock, popular music wise,
That's a good
fantastic.
point. Like, one of those things that we talk a lot about on this podcast is kind of how the scenes kind of start. And yeah, 95 is interesting because obviously they started very much, you know,
Yeah.
they were a hardcore band. They were not on a major label. They were just doing it in the scene. But that's post Dookie. So like punk becomes accessible at that point in a different way. I know
hmm
obviously that's pop punk, but like, you know, it's all
Well,
it's
that's
all
also
punk to me.
95 is also where Offspring had come out at that point, and they've kind of Offspring's more of like a metalish punk sound. It was very different. What else came out in 95? Bad Religion at that point had a bunch of
That's
songs.
94. And then 95, we start getting into like Rancid's major label debut. So like punk is really like
Correct.
breaking. I mean, AFI started in 95. So it's like there's a definite correlation between, like we've talked about this before. Enema of the State blows up in 99, and then
Yeah.
like you basically get the start of all the pop punk emo bands after that because
Right.
again, it's putting a spotlight on it, and there are basically kids in suburbia usually or the cities, and they are like, wait, I could play that song. Wait, I could make my own songs. And then
hmm
that's all you need. Go.
Uh,
H2O go.
H2O Go. Those are no. H2O Go. All right, Jeff. We're ranking down in the top three here. Here we go. Here we
All
go.
right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go.
You know
What do
what?
you
I
got?
lied earlier.
What was that?
I lied already on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
I had a memory. I went down memory lane
Oh.
and I
hmm
realized the first H2O CD I actually got was my number three, which was Thicker Than Water of 1997.
I got the water. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was working on a Blockbuster video and I was talking to this guy who was stoned all the time at work. And I told him I like the Bouncing Souls. And he said, if you like the Bouncing Souls, you should check out H2O. And I said, okay. And I did.
Do you remember the first song you actually ever heard by H2O?
Yeah, it's the first track on Thicker Than Water.
Oh, is it Universal Language? Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry for the children in the audience or the young people. You didn't have the opportunity to know a song from a band until you got the CD, or unless someone gave you a mixtape or a mix CD. But if you went on someone's recommendation, you just picked. If you went down to None of the Above Records,
Oh, shout out to None of the Above
Canneries,
Records.
where the punk CDs were,
Oh boy.
you picked up an album and you put it in your CD player, and you're like, I hope this is good because I have a whole album. But then you're like, if it's not good, this album is 20 minutes long. No big deal. But Thicker Than Water was good, and it got me into H2O.
It's funny that Thicker in the Waters is the same album, excuse me, same album that got me into H2O. It wasn't the album though. It was Punkorama Volume 3.
Hmm.
That was I can't remember what that album looked like. I think it was the one with like the crazy psychedelic cover, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
because two is the big purple alien pissing on the wall.
Yes. And then I think 3 was the crazy psychedelic one, but Ever Ready was the first song I ever heard. I remember listening to that, and I was like, who is this? And that's how I learned about H2O. Thicker Than Water, though, for me, is not the number three for me. Number three for me would be the self-titled H2O record.
Yes.
Yeah, H2O. It's a
Yeah.
solid start. I like, again, it's a short album. They love their short albums. But I do think it is a great introduction to the band. You can hear what they were going to do, and it's just very raw. But no, that's where I have H2O there.
That makes sense. I mean, honestly, Phil, it sounds like your list is kind of the traditionalist side of things.
I think I feel like I very much did go very traditional with this list. Very
That's
traditional.
Sometimes people are traditional with things. Um, Number two
Number two, sir.
for me, and probably the last traditional H2O album on my list, and that is Fast FTTW, Faster Than the World. This album to me is like, it's my second favorite, but on the right day, it could be my first favorite. that makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense. A
I
lot of
think
sense.
I think this, as far as their original sound, I feel like this is the one where it all calcified the most. And
Hmm.
from the opening track of Fashion the World, which is just like a raucous opening, um, this one has One Life but One Chance, Guilty by Association, just a lot of like chants and sing-alongs that I just really get into. And I mean, obviously they do that in other ones, but for Red, this is the one where it really crystallizes. And it's 18 songs, 34 minutes. Come
This
on.
is Chef's Kiss. And produced by Brett Gurewitz.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Bad Religion fame. Yeah, Brett. I love it.
Oh,
I
this
love it.
was their first Epitaph one, right?
This was their first Epitaph one. I think it was for yeah, it was released by
Yeah,
Epitaph. What? Yeah,
yeah.
before they and then this what basically got them catapulted over to MCA when the big right because we're what 98 no 99. So there's that time frame where like punk in emails really starting to hit, and all the major labels are like, "Who's an emo punk band? We're gonna grab everybody we can and sign them." So yeah, they
That
landed
makes
them.
that's a
I mean,
good
it makes
point.
sense.
It's probably their first. I mean, no, Thicker Than Water is pretty melodic. I think this one is even a degree more melodic. That's probably why I would gravitate towards it a little bit more, because that's kind of what I crave,
It's
especially
it is.
back then.
Oh yeah, this is 19, 20 years old. This is or even a little slightly younger, I think. But melodic hardcore is really where I would put this one, where the band kind of was shifting a little bit. Was trying something out and maybe seeing more melody in things, right? Trying to embrace that more punk side that has melody in it, and that's where this comes in. But for me, I'm gonna agree there right with you. FTTW, that's gonna be number two. That is number two.
Hey, we finally match.
We've matched twice. We matched on number four. That
Yeah,
was nothing to prove. We matched on that one.
well, you just proved it. So I guess
I did.
now
Oh,
you know.
now I have nothing to prove, sir. We are certainly not going to match though at the top.
No, I don't think so. I
Go
don't.
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead,
actually
Jeff.
I'm kind of I'm dissociating now that for that lame joke we just did.
Oh, don't do that. No,
Yeah,
no.
I just re-listened to what we said in our head, and I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, number one, with a bullet. This would get me kicked out of a punk rock conversation in
No.
the 90s, early 2000s when I say this. But yeah, I
Oh,
want the major label. I want Go.
well, thank you for
Their one
qualifying
major
that.
label. It's their one opportunity to, like, I imagine, put some money into it. That was
Mm.
produced by Matt Wallace, who, like, Faith No More replacements. He's done stuff like them.
Hmm.
It's a very polished album. It sounds nothing like the rest of their albums.
No,
But you know, that was the moment, and why not? Like, why not see what you can do? And I think
I think you
back in
were.
the day, people would chastise a band for this, but I look back now and I say, like, if you have an opportunity to put some money into your production and actually, like, see
Yeah.
what you can do, you should do it. And for me, it worked for me. It's my favorite H2O album.
It's got my favorite cover by H2O on as a secret track. That Madonna cover is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
Um,
It's Like a Prayer.
yeah, like a prayer. I
Yeah,
don't know how. I would never have ever thought of that as a potential for like a hardcore pop punk song. But yeah, it really goes. It
no,
just
it's amazing. I also, around this time, will wax poetic about Memory Lane, because this is what this podcast is about. Memory Lane, the
that's
Warped
right,
Tour that
exactly.
year. Um,
Oh,
they performed it. They performed
mm,
Like a Prayer, but Davey Havoc came out and sang it from AFI,
that's amazing.
and it's a cherished memory of mine.
That would I could see that. No, I get it. Go being number one. I really do. It's a very polished album. It's the longest I think of out of all of them. As far as lengthwise, I think it's a solid piece.
This was also the era when Tom from Blink was wearing an H2O shirt, either in a video
Yes,
or somewhere. I can't remember, but I can picture it.
it's
Um,
what is it's 99. So this would have been. It was
2001,
like
2001.
no. I was thinking it was 99. I think it was Enema State tour.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video. I think he was wearing an H2O shirt.
Yeah, so they were supporting it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not, and I don't have time to Google my memory, but I'm like, did H2O open for Boxcar Racer, or am I conflating something? Maybe I'm conflating it, but it sounds like they could have.
No, I feel like that actually would have happened because Boxcar was like the more hardcore version of Blink.
Yeah, and that
So I
was
feel like that sound
2002-ish.
kind of would go there. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so if you're following along, folks, I'm gonna go the very traditional route. I'm gonna say Thicker Than Water is the best H2O song album that there is. Uh, it just it was my introduction on the album, so I'm like, once I heard Ever Ready on Punkorama Volume 35, whatever version we're up to at that point. I think it was three, like I said, three. Ever Ready, and then I put on Universal Language, and I just remember dropping the CD and hitting go, hitting H2O Go on the CD player, and just being blown away by Universal Language, and just the album doesn't let up
Yeah.
at all, and it culminates, I think, with Thicker Than Water. Although there is I guess it's not really a secret track. It's technically a track. The No Fucking Tears at the end, but Thicker Than Water, the culmination of that album. I actually feel like it's the most put together with a theme throughout, right? That it's all about community. Although
Yeah.
that's generally what H2O is all about. But
Right.
yeah,
And what is thicker than water, Phil?
blood. Blood
Coffee.
is thicker
It's
than water.
coffee. It's coffee.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot. I forgot. You're right. You're right. If you put coffee on top of water, coffee's gonna. Does it settle?
I feel like it just mixes in.
How does
Coffee,
displacement work? I mean, yeah,
but coffee is mostly water
that is true.
with a little bit of a coffee beans.
Yeah, the smushed, broken down, hopeless little coffee beans rising up to be part of something positive, like a cup of coffee.
Right. But a true straight edge person would not drink coffee. So,
No, they would not.
well, good for them, I guess, and their positive mental attitudes.
But you can still have a positive mental lab and still drink coffee,
You
can't you?
can?
Sure, why couldn't you?
I never saw that from you, Phil.
Well, that's a good point.
Just kidding. Phil is all about PMA.
I try to be.
But yeah, that's it. Much like H2O's quick albums, we were quickly through the list, and that's cool. That's okay. We appreciate. I'm glad they're still at it. I'm glad they're touring this year, the Bouncing Souls. It's good. They don't have to tour all the time. That's fine. Every few years, whatever you got to do, guys. But
Whatever.
let's keep H2O going forever. Anything you want to say, Phil, as we wrap up this episode and get out of this diner?
No, I'm just no, I don't think. I mean, yeah, we kind of went faster than the world on this one, and I'm okay with that.
All right. Do you want to thank anybody?
I do. So let's make sure we say thank you to Jacob Butler, who does all of our introductions as well as a lot of the music. I want to say thank you to our executive producer, my wife Megan, for all the endless work she does for the show. And I want to thank that Paper Dragon for coming by. It was really nice of them.
Yeah, the Paper Dragon is a highlight and something I will hold dearly in my memories as I, you know,
Age.
age. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless I start Benjamin buttoning, which stay tuned, folks. I'm working on it.
Remember, Jeff, you're not hopeless. You're just helpless.
I get that. I get that reference.
I don't think that's a positive thing to say, though.
No, no.